Hello, my name is Remy, and this guy here is Hollow.
Hi, my name's Hollow. I'm from the Declax clan. We're here to help you survive. Today's lesson will be teaching you the basics of building within the epoch mod for Dayz. First things first, if you come over to this pile here, you're going to find all the building materials that you need. There'll be a box of matches, a crowbar, an e-tool, a hatchet, a hunting knife and a toolbox. These are the bases. First thing we're going to need to do is to collect some firewood. So press G to open your inventory, find your fire axe on the lower levels, right click, remove from tool belt. There we have it, equipped. This can also be used as a melee weapon to help you against zombies. Right, let's go find a tree. Right, as they say in Minecraft, punch the tree. Okay, let's unequip the hatchet again by pressing G. Right clicking on the hatchet and re-adding it to your tool belt. Okay, now we're going to pick up some of this wood. Over to the wood so you get the funny little round symbol. Press G again. As you can see, there's far too much to fit into your normal inventory, so you can just double click to open your bag and put it straight into your bag. Although this will need to be moved into your active inventory to turn it into lumber. Now we're going to craft some lumber. This is the most basic material you're going to need for building. Open your inventory, right click on the wood pile, craft lumber. You will need 2 wood piles for every lumber.
Yep.
This takes a while, so you can always speed things up by using a chainsaw. To fuel one of these, you're going to need a jerry can and some 2-stroke engine oil. To mix this, right click on the engine oil, mix chainsaw gas. You should now end up with a mixed gasoline can. Right click on this, fill chainsaw. Okay, when you equip the chainsaw as a main weapon, there should be a little magazine for reload. Just press R and this will fill your chainsaw up with oil. And now, press your trigger button to go for it. As you can see, much quicker, and the added bonus is it also turns it straight into lumber, halving your time. They're also very noisy, and on a PvP server, you'd really want to try and do this at a quiet time, or if you've got a good crew backing you up. As you can see, it will take you a short time to devastate an entire forest. Okay, you'll need 2 pieces of this lumber to be able to craft a piece of plywood. Right click on the lumber, first one on the list, craft plywood. Okay, now we're going to build a workbench. Right click on your plywood, first one on the menu, craft workbench. This should make your workbench. You will need this to be able to make walls and floors and a few other bits and pieces. So we're going to place this down, right click on the workbench. Again, you can go page up, page down with Control or Alt at different speeds. And again, press spacebar to set it down. There you have it, your first workbench. So if we right click on the plywood, and we're going to start by building a 1/4 floor.
Yep.
Rinse and repeat this 4 times. you will end up with 4 1/4 floors. Right click on these to craft a half floor. This will run through every single one you have in your inventory, so if you wish to keep some smaller pieces back, make sure you store them somewhere or have them in your backpack, otherwise it will just run through. Okay, after that you should have 2 half floors. Repeat the process, craft wood floor. Now you will end up with 1 floor or ceiling. To be able to place this, we're going to need to put down a plot pole. This is something we'll cover now. There are 3 ways to get hold of a plot pole. A. Buy it from a vendor. B. Find one in a document which we happen to have on us, which will also need a workbench and 2 10 ounces of gold. You do this by right clicking on the plot deed and press craft. And the third way is kill someone and take theirs. You now have your plot pole. You're going to place this. Even though this one says 30 meters, we're lucky enough on our server to have a 70 meter radius one. This causes some truly epic building, but we'll show you that another time. To place your plot pole, simply right click, build 30 meter plot pole. Again, page up and down to move it and spacebar to place it. Once you have your plot pole set up, you will notice there'll be a white fencing all the way around this. The only people who can see these are people you have tagged as friendly. They will also be allowed to build on your plot. But when you die, you will need to recover your plot pole and replace it to be able to build or to maintain. These white fences indicate the border of the area you can build on. Also, it prevents any other player building too close to you. Now we're going to place our floor. This is going to be the foundation for our abode. Press G to open your menu, right click on the floor ceiling and build floor ceiling. Try to avoid standing too close to your friends, as you can kill them and knock them over, break limbs. Health and safety above all. You can tell that to this poor fellow. Okay, once you have your floor and ceiling at the desired height, press spacebar to set it down. You can use page up and down again to move it. You can also rotate the object by pressing Q or E, although this being a floor, you know, there's not too many ways it can go. Right, now that we have the foundations for our building, we're going to make a 1x2 grid. There are snapping tools out there available to help you build much easier and much quicker, but not every server has them, not every server has the same, so we're going to be using the default tools to build with. Remy, if you could place down a second grid for me. Now press spacebar to set that in place. Now we're going to make some walls for your base. You'll need 3 pieces of lumber and 3 pieces of plywood to create a 1/3 wall. So right click on your plywood, make sure you're back by your crafting bench, and craft 1/3 wood wall. You will need 3 of these to make a complete wall. Right, now that you have your 3 1/3 wood walls, you can craft them together to make a full wall. Right click, craft wood wall. Now that you have your wood wall, this can be further crafted into a window or a doorway. So right click on the wooden wall, choose what you want. We're going to create a doorway, otherwise how are we going to get in? Craft doorway. Now that we have our doorway, we're going to place it down. Open up your menu, right click on the doorway, build wall with door. You can use Q and E to flip it. We're going to put 2 doorways on this structure. Always better to have a back way out. Now we've made another wall, we're going to make a window so you can look out of it. Same as a doorway. Right click on the wall, craft window. Okay, now to place your window, same as a wall. Right click, build window. Again, you can flip this with Q and E. Now we're going to place the ceiling. At least it will keep the rain out for a bit. You're going to need to line your grid up with the one on the ground and then use Alt page up to get it up to a suitable height quickly. Again, it helps if you have someone with you to spot. That looks good. We're now going to put up some kind of fencing around the edge here. We could normally use half walls, barbed wire, cinder blocks, but we've settled for sandbags. Use a sandbag, same as any other placing a building item. Open your inventory, build sandbag. Now that you've got your house built, you're going to need somewhere to store all the stuff you've collected. First things first, we're going to make a storage crate. For that you're going to need 6 pieces of lumber. Right click, craft wooden crate. We're also going to make a gun rack. For that you're also going to need 6 pieces of lumber. These can be placed down in pretty much exactly the same way as you would place a wall, a door, or a flooring. Now we're going to move our workbench inside, and we're also going to craft a fire barrel to help keep us warm, cook food and smelt other metals and stuff. To remove your workbench, simply scroll on it till you get the option Remove Workbench. You'll get back the plywood and the lumber that you actually put into making this. Quickly recraft it. And we'll set this up in the house. We're now going to craft a fire barrel to keep you warm, cook your food, purify your water, and also to help you craft things like metal poles. You're going to need an empty fuel barrel, a jerry can, and 4 wooden piles. Simply right click on the fuel barrel, create fire barrel. You will need to be by your workbench for this. This creates a portable fire you can place anywhere. Placed the same way you would place every other object. Page up and down to move it up and down, space to place it. No point in rotating this item as it's a cylinder. To use the fire barrel, simply point at it, scroll, click Light Fire. To put it out, same thing. Now we're actually going to put some doors on your house. You're going to need 2 plywood and 1 lumber for each door. Simply walk up to the wall with the doorway in it, scroll, select Upgrade. We're going to upgrade these doors again by putting some locks on them, so make sure you have a pen and paper handy. You will need a combination lock. Simply scroll on the wall again, upgrade wood door. As you can see, your code will appear on the bottom of your screen in white letters. Do not forget this. Now that you have a safe location, you can move your plot pole indoors. Simply scroll on the plot pole, remove plot pole. This can break your crowbar, your toolbox, your entrenching tool, so if you are going to move it, make sure you have a couple spare. Okay, now simply replace your plot pole. If you scroll on your plot pole, you will be given three options. Remove, which we've just covered, maintain area preview. This will show you how much it would cost in gold to maintain the area and the items that you have within your plot pole range. If you click on that, we have 0 building parts in range because nothing we have has started to degrade yet. Eventually, when it does degrade, we'll be given a price here that we have to pay. To pay that, you will need to have the gold in your inventory, and then you will click on Maintain Area. This will remove the gold from your inventory and take care of your abode. Now that we have a place that is semi-protected, we can lock up, settle in for the night. Brokeback Mountain style. Well, if you survive till tomorrow, I'll teach you some more things. Furthermore, we'd like to thank the Declax clan for allowing us to use their servers to film this on. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to write them in the comment box below, and for any further information on the clan or their servers, please visit www.declax.com.